that didn't come from us. I know my mom was gonna look at me like, so your whole fine.
I mean, we have kitchens, like we're not like living in huts, okay? Let me just say that, because before people like start saying, oh, I knew it. No, you did not know anything. You did not know anything. I'm just eating the porridge, because in my head it translates
the porridge.
To
I know my mom was gonna look at me like, so your whole fine.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Nyna KB, the life of the Black African girl. Welcome back to another video of Black Girl Talks.
Greetings, goodwill, and humble salutations, party people. I'm Jordan.
Hey Jordan!
Hey y'all.
We're going to be discussing the similarities between Southern Black communities and West African communities. I wanted to talk about this because I see a lot of divide and a lot of
Unnecessary divide.
And you know, people's like, I'm not like them. Whether it's one party from the other saying that, like Black people saying, oh, well, I'm not like Africans because they're a certain type of way, or Africans saying, oh, I'm not like them Black people because they're too ghetto, or whatever it is. The stereotypes given to us, it's sad that we feed into it sometimes, because those are stereotypes from media and so on and so forth. That didn't come from us. I don't know if you've heard this quote, and I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm probably going to pop it in this video somewhere, but it's this Nigerian authoress, and she says that the thing about a stereotype, it's not that it's not true, but it's part of a cookie. It's like a bite of part of a cookie. So I don't want to sit here and just front and say that all stereotypes are inaccurate. They come from something, but it's only a part of a cookie that you're seeing. Like, you don't know the why, what, and how. And we shouldn't be going around just saying, oh, these people are this way and that's it. Like,
there's more to
the story that we need to understand, so that we don't use it as a threat to other people.
No, as a threat is the
threat. I'm gonna be kind of speaking on the part of West Africa, and from what I know, I have lived in Nigeria, I have lived in Ghana, I have spent some time in Benin. I'm not gonna speak on behalf of all of West Africa, so I just want you guys to know that I'm going based on my experience and also living down south.
Once again, speaking from my own personal experiences, I've born and raised in Alabama, Daphne, Alabama 251. Let's go. My mom's side of the family is from Mississippi. My grandparents from Mississippi, so I spent a lot of time in Mississippi, the whole north, south, the whole state. My dad's side of the family is from Florida. Family's still there, so still cousins there in Florida a lot. And then I went to college in Georgia, so it's very
southern,
very southern. The only time I haven't been in the South was literally for one summer for an internship in Minnesota. Other than that, I'm in the South. I love the South. It's great.
We're going to be kind of talking about our experiences, if we see any similarities, just, you know, to bring some type of unity. I know I cannot fix the world in one video, but it's just like,
you can make somebody think.
I can make somebody think, and that is the goal. Tell us about any familial cultural traditions that was passed down in your family. Anything. It doesn't even, you don't have to even think hard about, do people do this in West Africa? Anything to spark conversation.
The first thing that came to mind was, on my mom's side of the family, my granddad is, you know, he grows his own vegetables and stuff, and he gardens, and he's a journeyman, and so it just, we always get together, and it's been a consistent thing. Whenever the field peas are ready to harvest, we are all sitting on upside down buckets, 5-gallon buckets.
Everybody's a family?
Yes, we are in the garage or on the kitchen table, like no matter where it is. If we're in Mississippi, Alabama, as soon as those peas are ready to go, we are all shelling peas. Okay. Like if you ever shell peas, you know, you are hunched over, just splitting peas and dumping them. And when you get sick of splitting it, I just start breaking it and throwing them in there. Just break it apart. It's like, okay, it'll add a little texture to it.
That's funny. A little texture, yeah.
Okay. You eating butter beans and rice, or like field peas, and it's like with the rice, and then you catch the whole pea and you're like, yeah, texture.
Yeah, that was lame. Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm lazy on that one. It's like we always just, I grew up doing that. Like, I don't know, that's the only, like, when you said that, that was the first thing that came to mind. Yeah.
When you said that, I think of us cooking outside. I mean, we have kitchens, like, we're not, like, living in huts, okay? Let me just say that, because before people, like, start saying, oh, I knew it. No, you did not know anything. You did not know anything. Thank you.
I was waiting on someone to say it.
Right. We got the best of both worlds. Okay. So, and also people can't, like,
what's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? Anyway, so my household in Ghana, I know that, yes, we have a stove, but also sometimes you use a coal pot outside. It's like a pot, you put the coal on it, you light it up, and then you can cook outside. And you know what? Half of the time, it doesn't have your house smelling like food.
That part.
It helps a lot.
The grill's not in the house for a reason.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. That just reminds me of, like, before you cook, how, like, some of us will just, whoever you're cooking with, it becomes like a familial thing. I know that at my great-grandma's house in Kumasi, when the ladies were making the food for my great-grandmother, or everybody who was in the house, like, cooking and prepping for that food was kind of an event. Some friends will come and chime in and sit down, like, oh, you need help cleaning the rice, and it kind of that bonding with food and prepping for the food together as a community.
It's like the assembly line in the kitchen when everybody's cooking, or if you're having a fish fry or something for, like, the family reunion.
Yes.
Everybody is in the kitchen, and we got those big aluminum foil pans. We're passing it around. One person got the seasoning. Don't be too heavy on that salt now. You know, everybody got high cholesterol. You know, like, it's those types of conversations and yelling across the kitchen and just... we passing it around. Okay, go ahead, take that outside to grill now.
Right.
Like, go ahead. Like, it's
that's,
just...
yeah, that familial bonding, that community.
Yes.
Speaking of community, I was in Ghana during COVID times, and before that I was living in LA. So the West Coast, when you're walking down a street and you see somebody, you don't really greet them. Like, you just mind your business, you just go. You don't, like, hey, how you doing? Or
It's so strange to me still, because when I went to the West Coast, it was like, I'm looking around, like, smiling, because I just, like,
and
smile.
people were like,
or is she looking at me?
yes. I moved from LA to Ghana, and I was walking on the street one day, and this lady was like, hey, you don't greet. And I was like, hey, my auntie, sorry. I was so overwhelmed, I was flabbergasted, I was put on the spot.
It was just like a shock, like, oh my goodness.
And it was really rude on my part. I had no idea I was being rude. So she was just like, how do you be walking up here and then people are, like, acknowledging your existence and you can't even lift your head up to greet? I just wanted to go do whatever I had to do. So I was like, I'm sorry. I was not used to doing that. I knew that in Ghana you greet, but I think there's a certain comfort level because I wasn't practicing that every day. When I moved back down south, and from me, since I've moved to Georgia, it's my first time in the South, period. So I'm also learning, and so I was like, okay, back to the States, things are gonna be like not normal, but back to what I know, and I was coming from West Coast culture. And then I noticed that when I go to Kroger or any grocery store, people talk to you. People are like, hey, how you doing? Oh, hi, how you doing? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a similarity.
I feel like greeting culture down south is just heavy. Even in commercial spaces, it's emphasized. Like, back home at the Moe's there, we have this guy, and he's amazing, he's so sweet. Every time someone walks in the door, he goes, welcome to Moe's. And it's just like this thing, like, you know, when you go to Moe's, like, because greeting culture is just so, like, you walk into Publix, everyone's like, welcome to Publix.
Right.
Oh, Publix doing that now? Cool, hey. We say hey, we honk. Like, when people drive by, you drive out the neighborhood, pass by the driveway, you honk at somebody to say hey, like I'm going, but like hey.
Right.
Like, but I'm going still, but like hey.
Right.
And we just honk, we wave, you say hey to everybody just walking down the street. Like how I just, whenever I see somebody, when you're walking down a hallway or people walking the other way from you, I naturally make eye contact and smile, like hey. Like, even if I don't say hey, I'm just,
it's respectful.
just like you said, acknowledge
your presence.
Yeah. Like, and other people, they will try their hardest to, like, you see them trying their hardest to ignore somebody.
That's
or
awkward.
Just, like, look at the phone.
Just say hello and move on.
Just smile. I didn't even say hi. Just
like, yeah.
Just keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing.
Literally, like, you don't have to stop and have a conversation with people, and I feel like that's what people think Southerners do, is they try to catch you up in a conversation. Now, some people do.
That's a different story. This is another similarity that I noticed. So, as we know it, Africa we practice different types of religions. We have Christianity, we have Islam, we also have people who practice African spirituality. Also, some people practice Hinduism. There's a Hindu community in Ghana that is growing right now.
Okay.
Which is really interesting.
You never really hear about it. Like, we as Americans don't hear about that. Like, I never would have thought, oh yeah, like when listing different religions practiced in Africa, I would not have listed Hinduism.
Yeah. And I think it's not popular because the most popular religion in Ghana, I would say, it's Christianity and Islam. I think African spirituality is very much so hidden, or people see it as a taboo, depending on how you use it. Because also the name, people say juju, like hoodoo, and that's kind of like scary. And then people say African spirituality, and it doesn't sound as scary. But I really don't know the ins and outs of it. But I know that there's that traditionalist,
like how you approach it, like how you say something.
Yes,
it's all in the delivery.
Thank you. Yes. And so when I came down south, actually before I moved to Savannah, I was like, let me search up Savannah, and the first thing I got was Savannah's haunted. I was like, why is Savannah haunted? I was like, that's scary.
That pops up.
Yeah, on YouTube. You just Google Savannah, Georgia, and it's like, why is Savannah so haunted? I'm like, where am I going?
We do have a lot of ghost tours.
It's unsettling. But I mean, we had a lot of slaves here. I mean, the stopping points. So I think that's why I also want to do this video, because I do think that since we're one of the stopping points of Africans who got here and then had to be slaves, it's interesting to see what was carried down orally. I don't know if there are any stories that you guys share in your family, like my grandma used to tell me this story. My grandmother on my mom's side, who is Ghanaian, she used to tell me stories about Anansi. Anansi is a spider, and it is like these folk tales, and it teaches you lessons. So
like a fable, like a parable?
Like a fable, yeah. Okay. And I mean, it basically don't steal, don't kill, don't do bad things, don't be a trickster. Do you have any experience with that? It doesn't have to be the same stories I had, but are there any stories that you know are passed?
You know where I'm going.
No.
Bible Belt.
Okay, let's
Bible Belt.
Let's do it.
The South is when y'all hear the Bible Belt. Is the Bible Belt. Like, for instance, I didn't know that there were other religions besides Christianity until 5th grade, when I moved to Birmingham for a few years.
Interesting.
And I got there, and one of the girls in my class, she was Muslim, and I had never experienced that before. And like, I was just really curious. Like, I'm in 5th grade, I don't know what's going on. I really, when I say don't know, I really don't know what's happening. Right. I'm not confused, just more so like that's new. Until 5th grade, I didn't know there were different religions, and I'm still Christian, but it's just like, even just knowing that there are other things out there. Yeah. Just in everyone, you have to love everyone. It's like just knowing the differences and stuff like that, just so that you can respect people. For sure. Yeah, no, that's fair. But just like all of our story, all of our fables, parables, most of that stuff is
from the Bible.
Yes, like,
interesting. Yeah.
All what you learned in Sunday school. Like, when you said that, the only example I could think of was, what did I learn in Sunday school?
Right.
And it's like you grow up, like, you know, the kid Bible stories.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, he got swallowed by a fish. Or Jesus fed everybody with like loaves of bread and like 2 fish, or however many fish it was. So it's like, it wasn't much.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the type of stuff, like not magical, but like the larger miracles that were made into those like stories, kind of like the Red Sea split.
Yeah.
Oh really? Like, when you're a kid hearing that stuff,
you're like, whoa,
it split.
Like, how did it split though?
Right, that's what I'm like, what?
Right.
Like, stuff like that, like those were the stories, quote unquote.
Yeah. And I did kind of get off track because I was explaining the whole religious thing, but when I was down here, I was driving and I saw that somebody had like these tree branches, and it didn't seem very like it was growing in a specific way. It was growing around the door, and I feel like it was intentionally
like molded to grow that way.
To do exactly. And I thought of my time in Benin. So in Benin, people are more open about their African spirituality. And when we were doing a tour of, like, where was it? I don't want to mess up the name, but it was basically the village. It's a village by the ocean, and that's where a lot of the slaves, African captured slaves, went to. The land of no return. That's what they call it. And then they go, and it is so devastating. But we were in that village, and then I saw that somebody had a little, like, what do you put your dog in to sleep in? Or like
a pen,
a little, yeah,
like a little
cage,
like carrying case, like a
yes
cage, pen.
And there was food in the cage and a little, like, home in it, and I was like, oh, what is that? And then the person who was doing the tour was like, oh yeah, it's African spirituality. Like, it's whoever is guiding their home, or whatever spirit that they invoked or they called to protect their home. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So having, like, things like protection and stuff like that in front of homes, I saw that out here. I was like, okay. But in Benin, they were all different. So I was like, oh, that is so interesting. I don't know, that's a similarity also that I noticed. Just like the hoodoo culture, magic, all that. However you want to call it, but yeah.
So like here, I know my grandparents, and so a lot of people down south, like, you'll just walk around and on the door frame on the outside of the house, or even inside the house sometimes, like, you walk in folks' houses and you'll just see it on the, like, different doors just around the hallway and stuff. It'll be a ribbon of red, so it'll either be like, you know how people do the loop with the ribbon, the little loop with the ribbon, or just like literally just like a cut of ribbon, and it's red, and like the push pin pushed into the door frame, or hot glued, whatever you use, taped, however it's up there, but it'll be that red ribbon, and it ties back to the Bible when Jesus was doing the plagues on Egypt, and one of the plagues was where if you didn't have a specific type of blood on the door frame.
Was it a lamb?
Was it the lamb? It was probably a lamb. That sounds about
yeah,
right.
that sounds familiar, but we might be wrong.
Oh, don't quote me. I'm still reading through. I'm not through the whole Bible yet. Please don't quote me yet. But if you didn't have that blood on the door frame of the house, then the firstborn was killed. And so when the death angel came through, and so don't quote me on death angel either, but that's what happened. They died, and the angel passed by. Yeah. So a lot of people have that red mark on the door, the red ribbon on the door, just to symbolize that, like, the blood of protection. Like, so when they say, like, protected by the blood, like, that's the representation of the blood. So
okay, yeah,
we have a lot of that around there.
Okay, cool. No, that's really cool. That's the first time I've heard people put into practice, like, in their everyday lives. So that's cool.
It's there.
Yeah.
It is there, and you can't touch it. Don't you dare touch it.
Oh yeah.
Don't touch it. Yes. Can I take? No. Or like even like blessed oil, like.
Oh yeah, we talk about that.
Yes, like just whenever you get in your house, walk around, spray it on.
Yes.
Spray it on the wall. Yes. Put it everywhere. Like before I take a trip, it's ingrained in me. Like, let me just put a cross of blessed oil on the car, like on the tires. It's just things like that. I don't know.
That's your protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and for some reason, oil is very sacred in all cultures. So I wonder what that's about.
Some good stuff.
Keeps it moisturized. I kind of wanted to break down culture or some music or even food that kind of ties both of West African culture and Black Southern culture together. Now, we might not do the exact same things, but I'm sure there's just some parallels.
Yeah, there's this lady on Instagram. She's a speech language therapist, and she breaks down rap songs or cultural songs. Oh no, her Instagram is amazing. Oh my goodness, it's so great because it breaks down African American music and how it ties to like African roots and whatnot.
What? Can you?
I'll send you her page. Like, she literally does videos. Like, she did a video on Glorilla, and she called out like how the call and response makes the song so catchy and different things like that, and how we've used it from everything. She breaks down a lot of songs, and it's just like, yes, because growing up, no one teaches you how to speak like African American vernacular.
No.
You just pick it up, you catch it, it's like, but any vernacular, so
Even,
you don't realize
yeah.
what you're saying. I feel like there are different types of call and response, like even in music, how there's the call and response between the instruments and instrumentals and jazz music and different things, or even with like the drums and HBCU bands, like a lot of the music that we play, just even in band battles, a band battle is call and response, like complete, like it's just so everywhere, and so the vibe, the tone, it can change how you talk and how you communicate with it.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk about food. Grits. When I came down south, I was introduced to grits. I had no idea I don't even know what grits is made. What is grits made out of? Because I don't eat, it's not something that is staple in my household. What is it, corn?
I should know, but I don't know.
It's just grits.
This is like, it's just grits. No.
And I did not know you ate it. Sorry, I just did not know you ate it savory.
Well, okay.
Because I came here with milk and sugar. My aunt said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just eating the porridge." Because in my head it translates.
The porridge.
Because in my head it translates into, like, you know how we have rice, what's our tone, brown, or even we do have hausa cocoa or corn hausa cocoa. It's a type of porridge, so, but it's like a morning thing. And here, grits, I mean, you can eat it in the morning too. You eat with savory eggs, cheese, and bacon. But I'm just used to that milk and sugar, milk and sugar. I've never had to eat a porridge, and I'm not saying that grits is a porridge, but visually, that's what I thought it was when I first got it.
It does, like if you just look at a bowl of grits and you don't know what you're looking at, like she looked like little oatmeal.
Yeah.
Like gritty oatmeal.
Yeah.
I think it's a southern thing because my grandma on my dad's side, Ma, she used to live in New York for the longest, and so
she didn't really
it's what did you, cream of wheat?
I love cream of wheat.
I have never in my life tried cream of wheat because what? It just looks funny.
I love cream of wheat.
It's funny. It don't even sound right. Like you say cream of wheat, I think like frosted mini wheats, the cereal, like frosted mini wheats. Like that's what, down south. You just, I don't know if you know, but you just sparked an argument in some households about the sugar or the salt. And
I just sparked an argument.
But to me, I love a carb. I love anything that's carb related. I'm there for it. Girl. And so that's all. I love. Oh goodness gracious! But it's just like for me, grits. I grew up eating them savory for breakfast, and you know, pescatarian, so they'll eat turkey bacon, Canadian bacon, whatnot, and I'm over here with my potatoes and my grits and my eggs and my biscuit because I need multiple carbs and starches. Starbucks.
We don't have Starbucks in Ghana.
No, okay.
We don't have Starbucks in Ghana, no.
I was gonna ask, what drinks do y'all have that we don't have?
Oh, drinks. I mean, we do traditional drinks like ginger and pineapple drink. Really yummy.
Wait, so what am I trying to say? Is that like a tea or like a juice?
It's
like
a juice.
Juicer?
Yeah, like somebody like blends it and seeps it.
Oh. Sounds good.
So below hibiscus and spices and like sugar.
So like a hibiscus to saying tea type vibe?
And no, but these are all cold. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get in.
Yummy. It's like juice, like natural juice.
But it's not like juicer juice. It's more like, you know, like
you boil the dry hibiscus on the stove.
So you make the tea out of it.
You do make a tea out of it, and then you cool it down.
So it's like
a concentrated. It's like iced tea.
That's what I was about to say. Is that else iced tea?
I love the realization. So below is like, yes.
You're saying the ingredients. I'm thinking sugar, tea.
Yeah, because it's the herbs and you spice it. I mean, you heat it up and then you transition it. It's cooler. So below is like our version of iced tea, like black sweet iced tea, sweet tea. Oh, that is so cool.
That was unexpected. I like that.
We never even talked about that.
Like,
wow.
Because we haven't talked about drinks.
Yeah. No, we didn't talk about food because I was like, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I don't think, but I mean, sometimes when you talk about differences, you see some parallels too. So we don't always have sort of similarity.
Yes.
There's also differences too.
We need a food swap.
We do.
Like,
I don't know what this was, but we do.
I'm hungry.
Me too. I'm really hungry.
Like,
I think it was a fun fun conversation. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it was fun. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, so I'm trying to get back into it. But I hope that y'all enjoyed. Whoever was watching the video enjoyed the video. We learned some new similarities. We learned some differences. Let's embrace our differences. But let's not, what did we say about the stereotypes in the beginning? Using them as a weapon. As a weapon. Mm-hmm. Let's not use our stereotypes as a weapon, especially when we don't have any knowledge of what the bigger part of the picture looks like.
Yes, I just feel like we need to be open to learning, because I feel like a lot of stuff is learned through
I feel like both parties can be very close-minded.
Very
they
judgmental.
Don't want to learn why.
Very judgmental. And so we have to be open to, and we're judging ourselves, I feel like.
Yeah, we could be learning from each other.
Literally, like, building on culture, combining culture, because the cultures have so many similarities, like we just discussed, like you said, and just respecting differences, but being able to respect enough to learn about the differences. Like, you don't have to agree.
No, but
I feel like people get caught up on that part. They're
like just because you disagree doesn't mean you have to dog it.
Exactly.
You can disagree and okay, it doesn't have to be a nasty thing.
Cool, I learned something new.
Right.
Now I know.
Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I will catch you guys soon on the next episode of Black Girl Talks. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Toodles.